Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern Ned Reynolds in the studio. It's Thursday. Man, what an incredible game last night between the Red Sox and Yankees. You want to talk about, I mean, you can't write it, and we got a game 3. I watched every second of that thing.
It was a thriller. There's no question about that. And the Yankees won a game that they had to, 4-3 over the Boston Red Sox on a key hit by Austin Wells. As a matter of fact, when the playoffs resume today, they will be in 3 locations. There's one in which there will not be any baseball game. There will be a football game, but that's over and above. There's a game in Cleveland where the Guardians scored 5 times in the 8th, beat the Detroit Tigers 6-1. Game at Wrigley Field in Chicago where Manny Machado's 2-run homer, Dylan Cease, and Adrian Morjon pitched just great baseball in relief. And the final score in this one was a big one for the San Diego Padres. They knock off the Chicago Cubs. And at Yankee Stadium, as you just mentioned, where the Yankees win 4-3 over the Red Sox, it was Austin Wells who had the base hit. And interestingly enough, that base hit scores Jazz Chisholm from first base. Comes all the way around on the single and scores what turns out to be the winning run, 4-3 over the Bo Sox. Chisholm didn't play the night before, or he played only part of the game, and he was very angry. But be that as it may, that's the way it is. 3 games today. The one in which there will not be is Los Angeles, where the Dodgers eliminated the Cincinnati Reds 8-4. Yash Yamamoto, absolutely outstanding on the hill. 6 2/3 innings, struck out 9, allowed 4 hits. And then Mookie Betts, who's been around forever and ever. Mookie Betts goes 4 for 5, has 3 RBIs, 8-4 the final. Now the big one. Best of 5 series starting on Saturday, the Dodgers and the Phillies in Philadelphia. Philadelphia has the winning edge over Los Angeles, but the Dodgers are peaking at the right time. This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and they are built for the fall, as they say. Man, though, God, that Yankees-Red Sox game, it's so funny because Joe, obviously, major Yankees fan, and it always cracks me up when you just say the word Boston or Red Sox around him. You could see the hatred come over his eyes, and I can't wait to see him this morning so I can give him a big hug and say congratulations. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, but the game today is the one that
makes it different. Sir, it does. All right, as you mentioned, the Dodgers are going to the East Coast to face off with the Phillies. How are the other things going to shake down?
We don't know who the opponents are going to be, but we do know where the locales will be, because all these wild card teams, once they're past this wild card series, none of them can have home field advantage. That's part of the rules. Anyway, there will be games in Philly, as we mentioned, Philadelphia, Los Angeles. There'll be a game in Milwaukee against either the Cubs or the Padres, game in Toronto, and who plays there? Either the Yankees or the Red Sox. And then you have one out in Seattle. And that will be very interesting as well, because you get a terrific American League matchup there between, the Guardians or whomever comes out in that series. How's it going to end up? That is really the key, Detroit Tigers or the Cleveland Guardians. Anyway, that all comes up starting on Tuesday. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, best of 5, and it is the divisional playoffs. Then they go to the league championship, and then the World Series.
Yeah, it's been a good one so far, but the wild cards usually are. For the teams that aren't doing anything right now, we've already got some movement, but now we got a new boss in Atlanta, don't we?
You do, and this is really interesting, too, because Brian Schnitker is a big-time baseball guy and has had big winners in Atlanta. 6 of his teams in the 10 years that were there were championship teams. He had 7 in the playoffs. And this is his decision, it's not the Braves, his decision to step down and become an advisor. He's 69 years old, and I guess in the scheme of things and what he sees on the table for the Atlanta Braves coming up is probably not amenable to him. He doesn't think I'm guessing this anyway, he doesn't think they're going to be contenders right away, so he's decided to step down and give it over to somebody else, and that somebody else will go through the interview process now, and we'll find out.
Cardinals announced yesterday they're going to have a lot more concerts at Hammons Field. Did you see that?
I did see that.
I know you're excited to get your dancing shoes on.
They're going through a metamorphosis now, and they have farmed out the entertainment. This is not the sports. This is the entertainment portion of it. I think it's working through the city as well as the Cardinals.
Yeah.
But Hammons Field's going to have a number of concerts. They haven't been announced yet what the schedule's going to be, but they are working through a Galois company. I'm not familiar with them. You probably are.
Jeff Steele and the Galois guys, all those dudes are partnering with Hammons Field, Springfield Cardinals to put these on, which I think are great. Even more great if you do actually have some footage of Ned actually dancing. I'd love to see it because I don't think it exists.
I can promise you it does not exist.
No, it doesn't. Those feet are like cement blocks. All right. Now that we're off on that subject, the St. Louis Cardinals are, I feel like we're going to be seeing a different team next year.
Well, Mr. Bloom has said that, yeah, you're going to have to make some deals. There's no question about that. And interestingly enough, the report is that the number one player who they're dealing is not Nolan Arenado. You would think he would be, but, that salary that he has is pretty doggone high. And when you trade a player, and he still has to be traded, he's not a free agent, you have to trade the salary with him. That's $40 million a year, is something like that. And he still has 2 years remaining. It's a lot. So the key player is Sonny Gray, and he appears to be right now high on the trade list, and why not? The guy will be 36 years old next summer, but he still is a crafty pitcher. Had 14 wins this year, and he could be a key to some contending team that really needs some pitching help. So look for that. Now, it can't happen right now because you're not allowed to make trades and free agents and all that until after the World Series is over. So it won't be coming up until later on November, December, whatever the winter months are. And the baseball winter meetings will be in December. A lot of deals take place there as well. But look for Sonny Gray to perhaps be an ex-Cardinal before all this is over.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see him in that uniform. We don't talk about the International Tennis Hall of Fame enough, and I know that probably bothers you a little bit, but now we know who's going in this year.
Well, we know who some of the candidates are for it. The International Tennis Hall of Fame is in this country. It's in Newport, Rhode Island, and they have their induction ceremonies in the latter part of July, and it'll be in July of 2026. Well, who are the candidates? Well, there are three pretty doggone good ones. Juan Martin Del Potro, and Del Potro has been a very good player. He's been out now, been retired for several years, but he could play the game, number of championships. Svetlana Kuznetsova, who absolutely owned ladies tennis back in the early and mid-2000s, she is a candidate. But the biggest of all is 20-time Grand Slam winner Roger Federer, and you can expect that he'll be going in. These candidates, or the winners, those to be inducted, will be announced in November, and then the Hall of Fame ceremonies, as we mentioned, at Newport, Rhode Island, and that'll be later on in July.
We've got a pretty great matchup in Los Angeles tonight for Thursday Night Football. If you're looking for something to do, come see us at Coyotes. We'll be there starting at 7 o'clock. 49ers are facing the Rams.
SoFi Stadium is where they'll be playing tonight's game, and this is two of the fiercest rivals dating back to, and I wonder how many are still alive who would remember this, but the San Francisco 49ers were not originally an NFL team. They were in the All-America Conference, in which the Cleveland Browns were also a member, and when that league folded in 1949, those teams were absorbed by the NFL. So the 49ers have been around since 1950. That's a long time. And they and the Los Angeles Rams, who've been in Los Angeles forever, seemingly 1946 is specifically the date, they have a great rivalry going on, and it has continued all these years. Well, it resumes tonight, Rams and the 49ers at SoFi Stadium. The Rams, who are substantially better than the 49ers. The 49ers are banged up. They've got a lot of injuries. Rams are 7.5-point favorites tonight against the 49ers. Interesting football game, and it heralds a big weekend of action coming up.
Yes, sir. Concluding with the Chiefs in Jacksonville on Monday night.
Monday night, yeah.
Ned, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.